Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh, you're not in the spirit. You can do better than that. Merry Christmas. That sounds good. I'm Doug Fain, and honored to once again be your host for tonight's celebration of great music by the Jessamine Community Band. How many of you have never heard them yet? Any new people? All right, you are in for a treat tonight. I can guarantee that. Now, I will tell you though that when the band is playing, if there's ever a wrong note, usually the director hears that. Well, there's one thing that can happen during these songs that is worse than a wrong note, and that's your cell phone going off. So if you would please silence that at this time, we would certainly appreciate it, and I'm sure those around you will as well. We start off tonight with a song called Christmas Carillon. You know, the sound of bells at Christmas time is an innate part of the Christmas season, whether the bells are at church steeples or on street corners and department stores and even on Christmas trees. It seems to represent the joy and the spirit that prevails throughout the holidays. James Curnow's Christmas Carillon features the traditional song, Ding Dong Merrily on High. Some of the verses in that go, ding dong, merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong, verily the sky is risen with angels singing. Gloria, Hosanna, in excelsis. As angels sang and shepherds watched, surely the bells must have rung. The Jessamine Community Band and Christmas Carillon. The next movement is probably Johann Sebastian Bach's most pastoral composition called Sheep May Safely Graze. Despite its original appearance as part of Bach's 1713 hunting cantata, The gentle aria remains one of the composer's most beloved works and most frequently performed works. The translation of the text is, quote, "Sheep can safely graze where a good shepherd watches over them," which is why the song has been associated with the Christmas season. Here, his sheep may safely graze. Well, the Jessamine County Community Band now is going to take us across the waters, a tour of Europe for the holidays, written by our own director, Tim Johnson. This Christmas medley visits England, France, Ireland, and Poland by way of their traditional carols. So now we spend Christmas in Europe. This next movement may be the oldest documented piece of secular music anywhere. You'll know it, Greensleeves. It's been traced back to the early 1300s. and is most familiar as the medley of Martin Luther's Christmas hymn, "What Child Is This?" In Shakespeare's time, it was already what would have been considered a standard, and he used it in many of his plays. Alfred Reed's arrangement is considered to be the standard in the contemporary band library, requiring a high level of musicianship to bring out the full beauty and emotion of this simple folk melody. This is one you'll recognize, Greensleeves. travel back about 7 decades now. You know, there were 4 big Christmas pop standards in the 1950s that you're going to hear in this medley. Jingle Bell Rock, first introduced by a fellow named Bobby Helms in 1957. The song has appeared in the top 10 most performed list for decades. Frosty the Snowman, after the unbelievable popularity of his recording Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Gene Autry found himself another smash hit with Frosty in 1950. The Christmas Waltz was released in 1954, made famous by Frank Sinatra. And There's No Place Like Home for the Holidays, another 1954 release, first performed by Perry Como that same year. However, the 1984 version by the Carpenters seems to dominate the airwaves each December. Now, some of you may know that I'm a member of a group called KCAL Old Time Radio. Tonight, I am pleased to have brought our 2 singers from that group. Please make welcome to sing with the band, Faith Combs and Adam Higginbotham.
Sweet
Our next movement is a French Christmas carol in Burgundian dialect, later adapted into English, called Patapan. It was written by a fellow who lived from 1641 to 1728 named Bernard de la Vounois, and was first published in 1720. Original title was Guille Prend ton tambourine, which in English means, Willie, bring your drum, or Willie, take your little drum. Now the carol revolves around the birth of Jesus Christ, and it's told from the perspective of shepherds playing simple instruments, flutes and drums. The sound of which gives the song its name, Patapan. It's meant to mimic the sound of the drum and the accompanying lyric, Tourelou, Relou, the flute. Here is Patapan. Our next selection is a classic holiday song. It was written by two people, Hugh Martin and Ralph Blane, famously introduced by Judy Garland in the 1944 movie Meet Me in St. Louis. Known for its heartwarming sentiment about finding joy among hardship, the lyrics have evolved from a more melancholic to the familiar, hopeful version sung today. Jessamine Community Band trombonist Dudley Spoonamore is featured in this beautiful arrangement of the Christmas classic, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Well, it's that time of the night where I get to say some thanks to some people who have made this possible, and we hope that you will help us in thanking them. First off, we want to thank West Jessamine High School, Brady Thornton Principal, for allowing us to use their auditorium for the concert tonight. High School Band, Ben Lay Director, for allowing us to borrow their chairs and their stands and their percussion equipment. Without them, we couldn't do this tonight. Give them a hand. And once again, a wonderful addition to the special evening. Would you help us in thanking Faith Combs and Adam Higginbotham, singing. You can't get this good without some practice, and you got to have a place to do that. And once again, we thank Asbury University. They allow us to rehearse each week in their band room and to borrow their percussion equipment. Their generosity makes this event possible. Please thank Asbury University. to tell you about our next concert. It's going to happen on March 30th next year, 7:30 at the Wilmore Free Methodist Church. Now, many of you that have come to these concerts have heard songs that were written or arranged by a fellow named James Curnow. Well, that night it's going to be called An Evening with James Curnow, and we're going to have a whole night with just his music. He's got a lot of ties to Jessamine County and to this band. He's an internationally known composer, and we're very fortunate that he will be there for that concert and actually conducting some of his pieces. It's an event you won't want to miss. It's March 30th at 7:30, free of charge, at the Wilmore Free Methodist Church. Also, I want to tell you that once again, the Jessamine County Community Band has a Christmas ornament. It's brand new. It's out front. It's for sale after the show. It's an ornament designed by one of our band members, and it's cut from cedar, features the official logo of the band. Now, they are for purchase. They're limited, though. Not many of them out there, so you got to make a dash, but you got to wait and give him time, Mr. Proctor, to get out there and sell them. I guess you're going to do that, right? Now, they're $10, and $8 of that $10 is going to go directly to the band to help cost of music and other expenses. They take cash, they take Venmo, they take credit card, probably hams and turkeys if you're real nice. And there's only about 50 left, so you can do that, and they also will take some prepaid orders. Tonight is the only night you can get them, so you need to do that if you'd like. I also want to tell you, speaking of money to pay for things, for those that are new, about 3.5 years ago, there was a gentleman who used to be a band director many years ago that moved back to Jessamine County named Alan Jacobus. And he and Tim Johnson were approached, I think, by about 8 people who said, we'd like to have a community band. If you were one of those 8, would you stand? I know you're here. Stand up. They got it started, folks. Now, those 8 have grown into, how many do you have, Tim? 60? Isn't that amazing, the way this has grown over these 3.5 years? And let me tell you, they do this because they love it. We have people here of all ages who have played for many years, but they do it for love of music. But it ain't cheap. And, you know, they have to pay for some of this music and all that kind of stuff. So the bucket is back, Ira, I think. The bucket's back, and it's out front, it's blue. And we would love, since this concert was free, if you'd pull some money out of your billfold to help pay for future concerts so that they can buy music and stands and instruments. You can find that bucket right out front. Your donation is appreciated. Before we go on, Mr. Johnson, I think you have a word or two to say. Please welcome the director, Tim Johnson.
Thanks, Doug. There are a couple of other people I wanted to mention. First of all, Brett Burton is in the back there. Brett's been at school today. Even though they didn't have school, he had rehearsal, and he's volunteered to help take care of the sound system, help with the lights. Brett, thank you very much for your help. Doug mentioned Alan Jacobus. I don't know, did Alan make it or not? I don't think. It was debatable whether he was going to be able to get here tonight, but I wanted to just mention that Alan was the one who basically created our program, the playlist of songs that we are playing this evening, and he wrote all of the words that Doug has been speaking tonight, plus his ad-libs. But anyway, we appreciate Alan and all the work that he has done to help us out this evening. And then lastly, I'd like to just thank Doug. He is great. We couldn't have a better host, MC. We are blessed to be able to have somebody with ties here to Jessamine County and the band system and in the court system. I mean, he's everywhere. Be careful. It's almost like Santa Claus, really. But anyway, we appreciate Doug and what he does for us. We just want to thank him specifically.
Over the many years that I have been announcing, I have had the opportunity to say yes or no. I only do things that I enjoy, and this is one of them. I'm telling you what, other counties should be very envious of what we've got right here in Jessamine County with this group, don't you think? Amazing. Well, as they come to the end of this Christmas concert, we present a wonderful medley of seasonal favorites assembled by Kentucky composer and arranger John Edmondson. This happy, upbeat holiday setting includes Deck the Halls, a canonic treatment of Jingle Bells, a swing-style rendition of Up on the Housetop, a la Pink Panther, and a rousing march version of We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And we do that. Wish you a Merry Christmas. We hope it's the best ever, and we sure appreciate you coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, again, the Jessamine Community Band. Thank you so much for coming. Merry Christmas, everybody.